Yeah, we're in a very serious time. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. A sincere Shalom, Labakarium, Shah Yasha'Allah. That's peace to the elect of the nation of Israel. And yes, we are in some very, very serious times right now. And where you may live in your state, city, you may come outside and there's nothing happening like immediately in front of you. So a lot of people think that they're okay. You know, they see the world is being turned upside down. They can turn the news on, they can see this, but it's nothing like coming outside of your door and the action is on your street, your block, which will soon be. And by then it's going to be too late for a lot of these people to pray to who you call God. You know, but the elect, the Lord's elect, has been notified of these times through these scriptures here. I have a couple videos we're going to get into. But before we do, I want to read this scripture here. This is Isaiah chapter 42, verse 9, KJV. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. I just want to clear that out. I just want to read it in the G&T. The things I predicted have now come true. Now I will tell you of new things, even before they begin to happen. Now, why would the Lord do that? And who will he do that for? Well, the Lord has chosen men and women, as well as children, running around planet Earth right now, getting settled in for the arrival of his son Yahushua. And these men and women are taking heed to these prophecies. As the Lord said, he will tell us of these things before they come to pass. And that's considered a safety net. So when the deal is sealed, you don't bug out like these people. This is Isaiah 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge. So these prophecies, and when you take heed to the prophets of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, you're considered a wise man. So this wisdom and this knowledge coming out of this book, the understanding the signs of the time, knowing where we at right now in the world, knowing the changing of rulerships, knowing that the kingdom of heaven is coming in. This is going to stabilize the chosen man and the chosen woman in that day. Because before you know it, you're going to walk out of your house and think the coast is clear. And you're going to have these groups, these Antifa groups running up and down your street. You're going to have these ICE groups running up and down your street. You're going to have these Marines. You're going to look and you're going to see Hummers. You're going to see tanks. They're going to declare a curfew. They're going to bring the mask back. They're going to censor the internet. The citizens are going to rebel like you're going to see in this video. And then it's on. And the Lord said, in that day, my people shall be willing. Like Apostle Cabal always say. Well, words can't, adversity will. And these people just cruising up and down the street. You know, I'm outside looking around. We watching, checking things out. You know, we surfing the net. You seeing what the people are saying. So as they cruising up and down the street, not knowing this dark day is close and that they running out of time. The Lord is not giving them the opportunity to heed to these warnings ahead of time. But for the chosen ones, the elect, the Lord's remnant, take this serious. This understanding is a weapon to guard against bugging out when the deal is sealed. It says, and wisdom and knowledge of this Bible, of these prophecies, shall be the stability that's going to stabilize us. And we're going to go into why. Of thy times, of what time you in, Jake, what season. Knowing you at the end of an age, knowing that you at the end of a rulership, and a new rulership that includes the 12 tribes of Israel, it includes you under Yahushua, is about to emerge from the dark into the light. There's a new day dawning. We have a more sure word of prophecy, and knowing this ahead of time, this is going to comfort us, because what's going to come out of this is going to be salvation, immortality for the elect. The day of doom is the day of immortality. The immortals come out of this. That's why the changing is happening to the men of the Lord right now. While all this is collapsing, society's collapsing, Esau's society is collapsing, Babylon is done, the Lord's elect is getting stronger. We're getting more understanding. We're learning how to use our faith. We're putting on the armor. We're preparing for the spiritual war. But we're looking, we're seeing the ships in the air. You know, we're seeing the world change before the change happened. It's getting more personal. So that means that the elect is growing right now. So while this current kingdom is collapsing, the kingdom of heaven is getting stronger. So it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability. And this word stability, it goes back to Amma 1, which is faith or faithfulness. Okay? So the knowledge and wisdom is making us trust. Knowing these scriptures is making us trust even more. When you turn on the news and you saw UK going digital, that built my trust even more. When you looking at NASA and you seeing the ships out there go past the sun, making the sun look like a marble, that's building your trust even more. So peeling through the book and looking at the world and seeing that it's happening, and these scriptures that's been written thousands of years, is stabilizing the faithful ones. Because I can speak for myself. It's every day. I feel like the trust. I know it. I'm trusting even more because I'm seeing more. I'm seeing more in the book, and I'm looking around, and the Lord is dropping these heavy jewels. We all in the mysteries right now. See, the end of the world is a mystery. They looking for a comet to hit. You know, they think China gonna take over, and we need to start speaking Mandarin and switch your money over to the ruble. You know, invest in cryptocurrency. This is their hope. They can't see what we see. So the Lord gave us that vision. Where there's no vision, the people perish. So the dead can't see anything because they dead. Only the ones that the Lord blew his life into will become stable in these last days. So for wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength. When this deal is sealed and we come outside, look out our window, and it's on our street, we're going to have all the strength we need. The Lord got a measure for every man, as well as the elect lady. What you're going to need to make it through these times, because it's going to be serious. That the average person going to flip. They're going to do what they've been seeing done in the movies. That's how they program this system. Esau think he has his hand on the pulse, but he don't. But most of these people going to react how they latest series on the end of the world told them to act. Either get involved with the violence, buckle down, buy food, medicine, and run into a bunker. You know, be a part of the looting, the chaos. Most people, they're going to react according to how Hollywood set this thing up. And that's what they want. Auto ab KO. This is what they want. So the leaks behind the scene, they making a move. They know it's time. It's time. We in. So the Lord is strengthening his elect. A strength of salvation. Salvation is right around the corner. The fear of Yahweh. That's the marker right there. The fear of Yahweh, that was born in with the faithful in the womb. So the fear of Yahweh is his treasure. This knowledge, this understanding that we have about the future prophecies, what's about to happen, this is the treasure. I wake up happy despite pains. I'm not feeling good right now despite the bills, the IRS is coming. Despite all this shit that's happening, we are excited because we have the hidden treasures of darkness, the knowledge. from the other side. The Lord gave it to us. So we know all these things that's going to take place because it's ultimately going to lead to the salvation. But this was a tweet here. It's lock in 1 second. That was sent out by DJ Trump. You know, this is letting you know that they coming. And they coming strong. Time is short.
Donald Trump signing that order. In that order that he signed, what he has done right now is he has made it so that anybody who poses a threat to the greater rule of law across the United States of America will immediately be labeled as an enemy of the state. He said in his official message, "We have already declared the ANTFA event a terrorist organization. And now he has signed an executive order that dismantles all terrorist networks domestically." He said that he has called on Democrats. Stop the rhetoric against immigration enforcement. Stop the violent rhetoric against law enforcement right now. The Trump administration, according to Trump, is committed to backing law enforcement, our strong borders, and to securing our homeland. We will, he warns, deport all illegal criminals, and we will fully root out left-wing domestic tourism.
That
this
includes
tourism that is
you tribes. That includes you tribes. And they're using organizations like this anti-organization here to get it done. Because this is a far leftist. It's composed of these small sections like Black Lives Matter. Does that ring a bell? This is going to end up to the gathering up you tribes into these camps, into the deportation. You know, there are places in Nigeria that picked up the contract for these concentration camps for you Babylonians running around here. They're going to be shipping you all over the world. The Lord, this is about to get serious, man. I mean, it's already serious, but it's not right outside your door, right? You know, people just driving up and down the street. It's okay. It's a sunny day. So you may hear stuff like this and feel like, oh, man, that's a shame. But outside my door, this is how it looks. What you about to see. You about to see. The Lord is making a sweep right now.
Affecting our country. He ends it with, "Thank you for your attention on this matter, but folks, this is going to get bad pretty quick."
Now,
Russia.
And he's right about that. This is going to get bad real quick. Because as you can see, they're using this group, this anti-group. They all over the world too. And they know who's footing the bill. You know, we ain't gonna say the guy's name, but we know who's footing the bill. But they won't stop them because these are billionaires. And this is part of their plan. This is all part of their new world order, not knowing. Matter of fact, before I get to this next video, the triumphing of the wicked. See, we know the prophecies ahead of time. We know you don't win, eat. We know the ending of your day. You're going to come down with great wrath, like Revelation 12 say, because you know your time is short. But you just don't know how short it really is. This is Job 20, verse 5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short. See that? Your ruling and doing things, it's very short. This is G&T. No wicked people have been happy for long. So this happiness you're trying to do, you know, the depopulation of the public, the Georgia Guidestones that you knocked down because y'all about to get the plan done, none of this is going to work. Because Yahweh and his son Yahushua is on the scene, man. They're controlling all this. This is all end time prophecies. That's why knowledge and wisdom of what? Of the prophecies. It's not going to bug out. We know the story. We know it before it happens. We know we're not in good times. We're not deceived. We know what time we in, man. And we know our Lord about to show up. So it says, no wicked people have been happy for long. They may grow great. See, the average person is going to be looking physical. You know, because, yes, we're outnumbered physically. He has the upper hand like it's supposed to be. The Lord tell you that we were given into his hands, and he was going to destroy the saints into a certain amount of time. The Lord has given us into his hands for a certain amount of time. And then you don't get the elect, the chosen people. You don't get them. And the ones that do become martyrs, you just made them more powerful. They go on to glory and they work to follow them. We know this. So we know this is going to be a short run. Once you make this mark of the beast mandatory, everything moves fast. You literally lose control. It says, no wicked people have been happy for long. They may grow great, towering to the sky. And we know, based on Isaiah 14, O thou Lucifer, you the light bearers. You sitteth upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. You will be like the Most High. Oh, you outrageous right now. You unclean. Rulership, man, to the water. This man owns rivers. Yeah, think about this. It's how much it tell you. What was that song 73 about the appetite of the wicked? You have more than heart's desire, man. So we know you're drunk with power. And your final move for total authority over the human race is to put that micro C-hip into every human being, man, woman, and child on planet Earth. If you can get it off. Not knowing that the Heavenly Father is behind that device, man. So you ruling, you reaching to the clouds like Obadiah. This man went up to the clouds. He got satellites, space stations up there, man. He's drunk with power. But that time is short. So it says, no wicked people have been happy for long. They may grow great, towering to the sky. So great that their heads reach the clouds. But not knowing the Lord about to bring you down. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach to the clouds, yet he shall perish like his own dung. After you move your bowels, you clean yourself, the next thing you do is flush. And that's that old saying, you're circling the drain. Because you don't want to stare at dung. You want to get rid of that immediately. And that's how you Edomites are looking right now. Like dung, we don't even want to see y'all. You mess up my day sometime. Having a good day. Damn. You like dung, we just want to flush. We want Yahweh Shai to flush you soon, man. It says, though his excellency mount up to heaven, and his head reach to the clouds, yet he shall perish like his own dung. They would see him, even though we see you. You everywhere, your cars everywhere, your technology, your imprint, your billboards, your statues, your education system, your laws. You rule the earth. Like the scriptures say in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You rule planet Earth. This is all the thoughts of an Edomite, man. The way you run and control planet Earth. This came from your thought. But all this, it says, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? In a minute we're going to say, where is this man's system? Where's all the rockets and the airplanes and the skyscrapers? Where's the submarines? Where's the computer? Where's the AI? None of this will be left, thus saith the Lord. He shall fly away as a dream. I can't remember what I dreamed about last night. And now if it was a vision, I will remember it. But, when you're having them dreams of folly, they go away quick. You don't even dig back in your memory bank for it. You just move on. That's your system, Esau. This setup right here. So good. So you coming with your teeth out. Yeah, and these people, they're going to take your device because they think you're great. They think you're going to go on forever. This man has calculations for the year 2053, man. Are you serious? The way the food supply is looking? You think just based on the food and water alone that the human race can survive to 2053 on your system? You got the whole world dumb. Humanity is dumbed down based on what your school systems have done. Your college systems, man. No one is producing large families of 6 and 8. No one's doing that. You got your Plan B pills out here. You got your Planned Parenthood. Relationships are destroyed. What kind of future do we have for the next 30 plus years, man, under your rulership? So yeah, you're going to fly away like a dream. It says, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. So we know these scriptures, man. This is the knowledge and wisdom of that. This is a future prophecy right here, because you're the wicked. This is the judgment of a wicked man with the Lord. And you are the wicked. Yeah, the tribes are wicked. The Israelites are wicked. So-called Negroes and Hispanics and Native Indians. You seduced them, but they are the children of God. And the Lord is going to reverse that process. But you, even in the land of uprightness, the scriptures say, you do nothing but wickedness, man. You can't make you straight, E. So the Lord is going to have to do away with you. He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more. So this day, this dark nightmare, it's a nightmare here. Like I said, I'm sniffling and shit. It's a nightmare here. Can't even enjoy your children. You can't even enjoy a damn meal from the store. You cook something. Hope you get it right. We ain't got food to be wasted. You've done a number on planet Earth. You don't even want to talk to the people. They so zombied out. So yeah, we need rulership. Planet Earth needs Yahushua. So it says, the eye also which saw him shall see him no more. Neither shall his place anymore. You're not coming back. Once the righteous are in authority, the people ain't gonna vote for you or help you get back in rulership. Once they see what Yahushua has done to bring planet Earth back to Eden and establish righteousness after the 1,000 years. The people can't stand you right now, you damn Edomites, man. They're only rolling with you for the benefits. What's that, Revelations 18? They get to sell their material, their clothes, their iron, their cars. They come over here to get rich. If money wasn't attached to you, Edomites, nobody would deal with you. So the Lord's going to finally remove you, man. We're in a great day. So this is what we know. As we see all this happening in planet Earth, we know that the Lord is about to bring righteousness here. It says, neither shall his place anymore behold him, man. The Lord is removing you and he's setting up Yahushua. This is Proverbs 29 verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, who's that? That's Yahushua and his men, the 144,000. The house of David, man. The Bayaf Dawadah. This is what's happening right now. Two worlds are running. Our world is getting bigger and stronger and becoming more reality. People are saying, wow, I think we in Bible times. I think those Israelites are correct. Yeah. It's not that we're correct. It's the book that we carry. The message. We're singing the right song. The new song is being sung again in the earth. And the people are starting to recognize it. So it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. That should let you know where we at. Everybody's mourning. Even you other Edomites. You're mourning too. Because the wicked is in authority for a short time. The Lord about to reverse this situation. Let's look at this next video. Hold on. Because now DJ Trump is sending his crew. Well, I don't want that one yet. He's sending his crew on into Portland. This comes from Dabu 7. I saw this a minute ago.
I mean, what's the point?
So
if you're driving
he's getting serious.
And you paying over 100.
It's lucky for that commercial.
Hey guys, Dabu's
now I just want to. This is what's going on in Portland right now.
out, and it's just pure chaos. Join me for the live streams as well, where I cover this in more detail. They're lighting them up with paintballs or rubber bullets, and they're saying they wrestled the individual to the ground to get a knife from him. Law enforcement setting off other munitions here to try to clear the area.
See, a lot of these are crisis actors, man. You know, here to start the confusion. So now, this is that anti-group, right? That anti-fascist group. How did they know that the troops are coming here? They getting the memo. A lot of these are crisis actors. So now, Trump got to send in, you know, the military. So you see what's going on. Just because your day may look like, hey, ain't nothing happening on my block. But real soon, you're going to walk outside, you're going to see these groups running up and down your streets. And you're going to be calling for the Lord. This is real. Because behind them is coming into full force. The power is coming. This is the time to get with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Kiss the sun down while you can. It's about to get serious. They're sweeping. This is what they're doing. Look like they're trying to roll up something before the end of 2025 so they can bring in 2026 with a bang, man.
It looks like officially some gas. This is what's going on in the streets of Portland. Expect some chaos. I'd say expect a lot from here. It looks like they're amped up and they're ready. Any of these cities on the list, expect to see this coming out of the shadows. As we've seen in the past, some of these events have been funded by individuals like Soros and others. Others are grassroots in nature.
So things are going down. And this is how it looks. Esau Kingdom falls this way. They think they have control of the situation because they behind the scenes scheming. You know, that's what these Edomites are doing. As you heard who he said is behind this. Like, what is this all about? This is all leading to at least what they think their new order, not knowing. Lord, they did. This is all biblical prophecy, man. You know, this is Psalm 64 verse 6. They search out iniquity, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thoughts of every one of them, and the heart is deep, man. This is the counsel of the wicked. They putting all this together. This is the elites behind the scene. They want to lock everything down to bring in that new system. So you preparing. Yeah, where you at won't be so quiet real soon. You're going to look and you're going to see they just shut off the power system down there. What is that? That Grand Central Station in NY? They did that the other day. That's a major train station. They was down there in the dark. So yes, you prepare. How do you get thousands of people in order, man? You hit the power. You know, that's the military tactic right there. Shut off the power, man. People are stranded. They don't know what to do. You limit their movements. You know, then you start dividing the people. You start breaking them up in sections. And this is what they're going to do. And people are already broke up in sections because they're misinformed. They're doing this on purpose. They're misinforming people. Some of these psyops that they messing up, they doing it on purpose so that you can lose trust in the government. And that you trust no one, because that's going to fuel the civil war even more. So they've thought this thing through, so they think. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with his arrows. Suddenly, they're not going to see it coming. The angels on the scene. When Yahweh, the Father, give the word to the Son, Yahweh Shah, to make a move, it's going to happen so fast. But suddenly they shall be wounded. The Lord going to show up out of nowhere. And we got protection. See, because in this day, there's a lot of danger. But it's a lot of spiritual activity happening right now. Akim, Aqua, pay attention to your circle. There's a lot of spiritual activity happening around you. There's some chastisement that the Lord is doing to us, which is spiritual activity too. The Lord is keeping people in order. His elect, he's keeping his elect. Yahweh Ratazam, part of that number, he's keeping his elect in order. But there's a lot of spiritual activity happening. Even Esau making a move like this is spiritual activity. This is the time of the end. Daniel 12:1, it says, and at that time, meaning the time we at now, our lives are in danger now, man. All the chemtrails that's in the damn air, the poison food that you feeding your children, the juice your ass might be drinking on, thinking it's 100% juice. The angels are activating for each and every elect individual now. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, and we're in it. You see these anti-groups are coming to a theater near you. They're going to take over your schools, and they're heavily funded. These people are making thousands of dollars to start this chaos. They got lawyers on deck. They barely spend a night in behind bars when they get arrested. And they already in your town posing as a Grubhub delivery guys. A lot of them came across the border. They just here for the confusion. Now you telling me we ain't going to need spiritual intervention real soon. The Lord's going to have to intervene for his elect. We're standing for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. This is the Lord's elect, the chosen ones. Everyone that is found written in the book, those are the predestined ones, the Lord's chosen people, the remnant. The Lord is taking care of you now. Now. You don't know, just because it look like ain't nothing happening, don't mean ain't nothing happening behind the scenes. But soon you're going to look out your window. Soon. Could be next week. Could be later tonight. It's how fast things are moving. It's like every 24 hours something big is happening. But this is the Lord pushing us further and further into the future. Every second that goes by, every minute, you're moving further into the prophecies. Time is not wasting. You like wasting time. You Jakes like wasting time, but you're not. You're just moving further into the prophecies, man. That's it. We understand that. So we preparing ourselves, man. And this is one more video here. This is for Wyam. Because we know next Tuesday, which at sundown should be the 30th of this month, which brings in the Day of Atonement. Right? And on Tuesday also, they're gonna earlier in the day.
Starter kit for free with their functional coffee, and I'm not talking about a time.
Early in the day, they're gonna be having a massive meeting in Virginia. This is big. This meeting, yeah, this is breaking. They calling together 800 commanders. This is how you know it's about to go down. When you move this many commanders, they said everybody with a 1 star and above must meet. They said the Pentagon couldn't hold them, so they bringing them to Virginia. When you pull these type of people, they got a cabinet that they roll with. You know how much money it's going to cost them for this one move right here? Now, they saying nobody know what's going on, but nah, them commanders, they got a heads up. They got a heads up. They know it's about to go down. So expect things to heat up in the next few weeks.
Let's now give you some breaking news that's coming from the United States, where the American President Donald Trump has authorized the deployment of troops in northwestern U.S. city of Portland and ICE facilities over there in his latest domestic use of the military. Now, on his Truth Social platform, Trump said, and I quote, at the request of the Secretary of Homeland Security, Chris Noem, I'm directing the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland. And
no, this is not the one I wanted to show here. That's good, but that's going more into the Portland. Where's the one? There's another one here about the 800 troops that's being sent in. Breaking news. Let me see this here. Let me see what
You don't need it.
Let me see what he's talking about.
They'll press the button. They will not hesitate.
It's Paul. He was believing in this rapture stuff, and you still here, Paul.
Admirals also. National defense strategy that is expected to make Homeland Defense the nation's top concern. After several years of China being identified as top national security risk, also, Hegseth fired Lieutenant General Jeffrey Cruz, Director of the National Defense Intelligence Agency, Vice Admiral Nancy LaCour, the Chief of the Navy Reserve, and Rear Admiral Milton Sands, a Navy SEAL officer who oversaw Naval Special Warfare Command. No specific reason was given in either case.
Now, they said the only time that something like this happened was right before World War II. But they said they didn't pull as many. Let me see what you're talking about. It's locked. It's not the video. I had another video for some reason. And disappeared.
Maybe weeks, maybe months at the latest, but we are going to war. We're going to war. And I don't know if we're going to attack everybody at once. Venezuela, Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, the Middle East. I don't know if it's all going to go up in flames or we're just going to go and attack Russia. But I know we wouldn't have assembled all that firepower in the Caribbean if we weren't going to attack Venezuela. So let's go ahead and read the article, folks, because listen, I think it's more than just firing somebody. This is the breaking news. You would not do this unless something is about to happen. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has ordered hundreds of U.S. military generals and admirals to gather on short notice and without a stated reason at a Marine Corps base in Virginia next week, sowing confusion and alarm after the Trump administration's firing of numerous senior leaders this year. The highly unusual directive was sent to virtually all of the military top commanders worldwide. According to more than a dozen people familiar with the matter, the directive was issued earlier this week as the government shutdown looms and months after Hegseth's team at the Pentagon plans announced to undertake sweeping consolidation of top military commands. In a statement Thursday, Pentagon spokesman Sean Parnell affirmed that Hegseth will be addressing his senior military leaders early next week, but he offered no additional details. Parnell, a senior advisor to the Defense Secretary, voiced no concerns about the Washington Post reporting on the meeting scheduled for Tuesday in Quantico, Virginia. There are about 800 generals and admirals spread across the United States and dozens of other countries and time zones. Excess order, people familiar with the matter said, applies to all senior officers with a rank of brigadier general or above, or their Navy equivalent serving in command positions and their top enlisted advisors. Typically, these officers oversee hundreds or thousands of rank-and-file troops. Top commanders in conflict zones and senior military leaders stationed throughout Europe, the Middle East, the Asia-Pacific region are among those expected to attend Hexteth meetings, said people familiar with the matter, who spoke on the condition of anonymity as they were not authorized to publicly discuss the issue. The order does not apply to top military officers who hold staff positions. None of the people who spoke with the Post could recall a defense secretary ever ordering so many military generals and admirals to assemble like this. Several said it raised security concerns. People are very concerned. They have no idea what it means, one person said. Two others expressed frustration that
you're gonna read through this. You don't have to sit through this. This is off grid desert farming. He made the point. Something is going down for them to be making this move. I just wanted you to hear that out, so you know that this is not normal. Now there was other people, some other war vets that claimed this happened one other time right before World War II, but I haven't heard any other claims. Everybody else that I'm listening to said this never happened before. This is unprecedented. So we are in a serious time of danger. Do not sleep on such a normal day that you think you're having, just because it's not happening right outside your door. Because you get to go to sleep tonight, right? You get to cook your favorite meal, whatever, watch a nice movie, lock your door, and you assume you're going to wake up to another rainy or sunny day. You don't know how the Lord is going to just rush and blitz in your area. Because there's areas that's going through it in the United States right now. And it's coming. So be on your watch. That's your duty, to stay vigilant. This is 2nd Esdras. I'm going to end it, right over here. This is 2nd Esdras 16, verse 39. Even so, shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn in sorrows, and shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready for the battle. And that's preparing, getting close to Yahushua, making your calling and election sure, putting on as the elect. This is the time to have an elect mind frame. You're supposed to be walking around the earth, humbly, but, you got to have that elect mind frame. You should be getting closer to Yahushua, but you're going to need him for protection. We're going to need help. We're going to need lots of it. We're going to need to know how to operate in the spirit, how to listen to the spirit. Spirit going to tell you something, how to know when you got a demon on you, when the demons are speaking. There's a lot that's going to take place, a lot of noise, right? It's going to be a lot of noise. And only the spirit can calm you down so that you can listen to it. See, these other people, they're not going to be afforded that type of spiritual power, man. But the elect, hey, we're going to be stable so we'll be able to hear the spirit speak to us. We won't need maps and telephones. And, when all this gets shut off, the spirit will be vibing with us and we'll be connected directly to Yahushua. So he'll be working on our behalf. He'll just tell us how to move straight up. We hear the voice now. It's like, get used to listening to it. This is how we getting ready for the battle. It's going to be spiritual for us. We're going to be living on our faith, not walking on our eyesight. So it says, make you ready for the battle because it's coming. And in those days and in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. And the pilgrim, he's traveling somewhere. So every location, he's just there temporary. And we're temporarily moving through Esau's kingdom. You know, this is not our rest. You know, we're here for the second coming. You know, we're involved in this somehow, some way. You're not just accidentally in planet Earth right now. You know, you're here. We're receiving this knowledge for a reason. The Lord brought us to the apostles of Great Millstone for a reason. We understand these prophecies for a reason. We see the mark of the beast for a reason. We know about the wars. We know about everything. We know about the UFOs, which are chariots, for a reason. You contain this information for a reason. Will it be good or bad? Time will tell. But I do know it's, what, 45 minutes I've been doing this video. That's 45 minutes in the future now. So every second, every minute, we're coming closer to the end time prophecies. This is not time to be wasting it. Utilize the time that you have, this day that we have, utilize it, because night coming when no man can work. If now it's all about Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, who he gonna work for. And Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai is not working for every Israelite. It's just what it is, man. Giving all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who told us this truth. Shalom, Labakaryim, Shor Yasha Allah. That's peace to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.